Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be doing a ranking and like a quick review of all the products that I use on a daily basis. And what I mean by daily basis is not like every day, but I guess it's like the makeup that I would tend to go for when I put makeup on when I'm not filming. So all these products here will usually go on the top of this flower nose dressing drawer cabinet thing. So these are the stuff that I will go and grab. These products here are a combination of like my favorite ones and also products that I'm trying to give like a second chance. We have like a love-hate relationship and I'm like, you know what, you are so expensive, I need to try you again. So that's why I thought it would be cool to do like a ranking of all the products so you guys can see what I recommend, what I dislike. But without further ado, let's get started. We're going to start off how I would apply my makeup. So we'll start off with a primer. The primer that I have here is the Flower Nose Shells Duo Collection Color Correcting Primer in number 2. This number 2 is a purple shade. I love the purple color because purple helps to like even out any of my redness and just blends my foundation really nicely. However, I feel like this is a little bit drying, so it's not as moisturizing, but I've been trying to find like a really good primer to replace my Hinge primer, which is like discontinued, which is sad. So with this one, I'm trying to use it up because it doesn't really accentuate my dry skin, but it's not really like smoothing it out either. So it is bearable, but for the ranking, I would give it probably a 3 out of 10. For the foundation, I have the TIRTIR Mask Fit Red Foundation. I started off using the cushion one, like a mini version, to see whether I like it. I do really like it, but as I get to use a little bit more foundation throughout like the end of last month, I've noticed that I didn't really like the coverage as much anymore. I felt like it was getting a little bit heavy, and when I was traveling, I can also see that it is drying out my skin a little bit more as I was traveling, and so the foundation ended up looking a little bit more cakey. However, with this foundation, I did buy this when I was like really into like the cushion phase, so I'm trying to use this up a little bit more, and I feel like using this foundation I can try and like disperse it much more thinner when I put it on my face, but I still see that it starts to crack a lot around my smile line area. So for this one, I would rate it probably about 6 out of 10, solely because I would still use this for like if I know I'm going to be out like the whole day, this will still be really good, but I will try and disperse it much more thinly so that I don't see any like dryness on my face, if that makes sense. For the face powder, I tend to avoid face powder, but because I bought this flower nose one and it was really expensive, I'm trying to use it a little bit more. I bought this solely because of the packaging, guys, okay? And so I'm like, now I'm forcing myself to use this powder because I have to. This is the baked powder and I got mine in the number 1 Cloudy Blue, which is this gorgeous bluish white tone shade. I solely just use this for the smile line area, as you can see here, because it was cracking a little bit, and it does really blur out really nicely. It gives a very smooth finish. I can see why this is really nice, and the more I'm used this, the more I'm liking it. I would rate this about, I would say, 6 out of 10 as well. We're going to go for the eye stuff now, and I have a eyebrow pencil here. This is the Espoir, I can't remember what's the name, but this is from Espoir and it is number Classic 1 Brown. I've had this for a while now and it's literally not going down. I've been using this very regularly for the longest time, but it's just not going down at all. I guess it is good for the price. I absolutely love this because it gives a very nice blur smooth finish. It's so easy to use. It is very beginner friendly because you can't go wrong. It can't go too pigmented. No matter how much you overlay it, it's not going to get too dark. It will get to a certain point where it's like, okay, it is good enough, it's not going to get any thicker, which is great. I would rate this 9 out of 10, and the reason why I'm just rating it 9 out of 10 is because I felt like this brown might be a little bit lighter to my liking, but apart from that, absolutely recommend this. For the eyeshadow, I have this Peripera All Take Mood Light palette in number 1 Prestige Pink. I decided to add this in my daily use because I tend to go for brown tone shades whenever I put my eyeshadow on, but I decided to try to go for more like a muted pink, you know, follow the trend. And so I stumbled across this one in my drawer and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna force myself to use this recommend this to you guys if I like it while it's still in the market right now, because I know there's always a big turnaround with Peripera. However, this one they still have it, which is great, and I think they released like number 4 as well. Anyway, this consists of lots of different paint tone shades. It also has a blush, it also has a highlighter. Don't really like this part because I don't have like brush that are like small enough to use this two separately, so I never really go for this. I tend to use more of this darker brown shade, a combination of this pink shades and this really beautiful muted apricot beige shade as well on my eyes, and I love the finish of it every single time because it gives a very nice subtle pink to it. In terms of the pigmentation, I would say it's much more of like a medium one. It's not too pigmented, but it is pigmented enough for you to like layer. In terms of the shimmery shade, it is very like smooth. It's not harsh or sparse out, and it does blend out really nicely, but it doesn't give you like a big like sparkle, you know, like it's not like a pigmented sparkly glitter shade, if that makes sense. So for this rating, I would probably just rate the 7 out of 10. We have quite a bit of eyeliners to talk about, and I have 3 different ones here. Let's talk about the first one, which is lining my eyes, and this is my good old Love Liner liquid pencil. This is in the color brown, and I cannot rave this enough. I absolutely love this, and I can definitely tell you this is 10 out of 10. This is my last eyeliner before I go to Japan, so I would definitely be stocking it up. It is just so smooth. I love the brush. It is so thin, so you can never go wrong with it, and the best part is that it doesn't transfer, it just stays put, as waterproof. It's just amazing. Then to tightline my waterline on the upper waterline so it blends well with my falsies, I got this MQNY waterproof pencil gel liner. There was one point I was obsessed with this collection that I bought all the black and brown colors, and I realized that I stopped using this because I started using the Canmake liner a lot. I decided to give that one a break because I'm almost done with that Canmake liner and I need to stock up, and I don't have enough, and I really want to wait to Japan to buy it. So I told myself to use this MQNY for now, and I honestly forgot how good it is. It is such a beautiful gel liner. It is so smooth. It does look really thick compared to the Canmake liner. I have one of the, I'll show you guys the difference. The Canmake liner is like this skinny, right? But the MQNY one is way thicker. However, if you know how to like line your eyes well, it's all good. It's so black, which is nice. It's so smooth. It doesn't transfer. I absolutely love it. But if I have to pick between the MQNY or the Canmake, I will probably say the Canmake still. So for this rating, I would say 8 out of 10. Going on to this Canmake Creamy Touch Liner, I got this one in number 15, and I previously tried this in one of my videos where I tried like some new products, and I did a boo-boo because I decided to use it as like a wing liner, and it is not for that. This is to give you the ego style look, or for you to like apply on the bottom part of your eyes to make your eyes much more longer, and that's what I did today, and I absolutely love it. This is something that I've been trying to do more rather than using eyeshadow to like lengthen my bottom eye more, if it makes sense. So absolutely love it because it's such a subtle pink brown shade, so you cannot go wrong with it. It is very pigmented, so you have to apply it smoothly on the outer part. Absolutely love this now, so I would rate this 9 out of 10. Another eye product here, this is the Flower Nose Dual Ended Highlighting Stick, and I got mine in number 2 Peachy Pink. Because of this highlighter stick, that is also partially why I started using this eyeshadow palette, because I absolutely love the pink color of this highlighter stick. Like again, this is dual, so you have one thick one on one side and one skinny on the other side. So what I did was, after applying my eyeshadow, I would use this thick one on the bottom of my eyes to, you know, brighten up my eye a little bit more, and then for the skinny part I would use on the inner corner just to enlarge my eyes. And I absolutely love the color because it's such a beautiful champagne pink shade, and it just matches well with the eyeshadow palette, and everything about it is just gorgeous. I love the sparkle, I love the shimmer, but it's also subtle at the same time. So I would rate this 10 out of 10. I know it's probably like my highest so far. apart from my love liner. Mascara, I have a couple. For the top lashes, I use the Dasique Mood Up Mascara Long and Co. This is something I'm trying to use up a little bit more because I feel like it's about to dry up, so it's time to get rid of it, which is really sad because I forgot how much I miss this. Absolutely love it. It does curl up the lashes quite nicely. I wouldn't say it lengthened, but it does hold up the lashes really nicely as well. Don't let the spoolie scare you because it does look quite thick, but once you get used to like applying, it's all good. I would definitely recommend this. In terms of whether it does lengthen, I have really short stubby lashes, so I cannot recommend that. But what I can recommend, it does separate, it does curl, it does hold up the curl, which is great. So I would rate this a 9 out of 10 just because I cannot tell you lengthwise. For the bottom mascara, I have the Dejavu Lash Up Mascara, and I can definitely tell you straight away, I need to stock this up when I go to Japan because this mascara, first of all, it is so skinny. I love how skinny it is, and it's something that I cannot live without now for my bottom lash mascara because it separates my bottom lashes so nicely, it lengthens so nicely, it gives like a really nice thick black to it, and it just makes my bottom lashes so nice, which I absolutely love. So I would rate this 10 out of 10. Also, for the lashes, I have this D-Up Eyelashes Fixer X, and guys, this rating I know is out of 10. I would give this like 100 out of 10, okay? This is something I cannot live without. This eyelash glue, I've used this for the longest time. I have stocks of this, okay? I probably only have like 1 or 2 left, which is like my lowest stock amount. Usually I would have about 5 in my drawer. I'm serious, guys. That's how many I have, and I've gone through this so much. But also at the same time, this is so good. It makes your eyelashes stick so much that you, like under the wind, it's not gonna budge at all. And I love that it doesn't sting as well. It gives like a very clear finish, so you cannot see any of the adhesive attaching to your eyes, you know, because sometimes like some glue you can see that. Totally recommend it. It's also affordable. 100 out of 10. Now we're back to the face, and I would talk about this 3, and I would combine this 3 together in this part right now because I feel like this is like a must-have combo. This, I started doing this more of like to brighten up my complexion before I put on my blush because I feel like it really lifted up my face. Everything just meshed really well. And not only that is I use this after I finish my, you know, eyeshadow, and after applying that, I feel like it defined my eyeshadow look a little bit more because it sort of like smell any of like the leftover adhesive at the bottom, if that makes sense. But anyway, I feel like this is like the perfect like if you're trying to give you like a very nice like airbrush filter look, this would be it. So this is the Judydoll, I can't remember the name now honestly, but I use it number 1, number 3 together on my cheekbone, and then I would use this contour stick, the highlighter eye brightening part, and create like a triangle on the inner part, blend it all together with a cushion. Guys, you will see like a lift to your face, which is amazing. 10 out of 10. On top of it, I would put this Dasique Blending Mood Cheek in number 4 Beige Nude, and I absolutely love all of the shades here because it's such a beautiful, I would say warm tone shade. It's so beautiful. It has like this obviously beigey pinky undertone to all of it. My favorite one would definitely be this shade here, which is really dark, but I've been using this one lately just to blend well with the Judydoll blush thing that I was using before. Love the combo, but you can see, you know, this is like the best of four colors. It is so versatile, easy to use for travel. 10 out of 10 as well. This is the Peripera V shading contour. So this is the Peripera V shading in number 2 deep brown, and there was a point where I absolutely love the V shading collection. This has been forgotten in my collection for a while, so I decided to put it back in my stash to force myself to use it a little bit more. What can I say about this? It is gorgeous. I know some people would use it separately to apply as like a contour, but I like to blend it together to give me a very nice bronzy finish. Absolutely love the warm tone of this, so I would say 10 out of 10 as well. This is the Hera Healthy Glow Dewy Balm, and I got mine in number, is there even a number for this? Oh yeah, number 2. I started using this because I was giving my Hints one a break. I absolutely love that one, and this one is so expensive. But I decided to give it a go because it's Hera. I love my Hera cushions. So I was like, when they released this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a try and see whether it is as great. First off, when I started using it, I was not keen because it wasn't pigmented. I had to swirl around so many times to give the highlighter look, and it wouldn't come off as that. So I was like, it's not pigmented, it is expensive, I don't like it. But thinking about it, I'm like, this costs so much, I have to force myself to use it. Not like it, just use it, right? And ever since I started putting in my everyday collection, I don't know what it is. I don't know whether there was like a layer on top that prevented the pigmentation from coming out, but somehow now it is really nice. Can you see this highlighter? And it's so easy to use now, just like my Hints. And I'm like, what is going on? So I am liking this more now, but again, cost wise, obviously we know there's like a dupe or there's something that is like a fraction of the price. It's quite hard for me to recommend this for you guys, because I would definitely recommend the Hints one more because it's cheaper. It is like, it's great from the beginning. But this one, you're gonna give it some time to like warm up. So I would give this one probably like a 7 out of 10 for now. For the lip, I have the Fwee Blurry Pudding Pot. My friend Judy got this for me. I had it in the box for the longest time. It was just getting pushed out because I have all these other lip products to try, and I just didn't get the chance to try it until now because, again, force myself to use something different. And I got this AliExpress silicone brush thing that they recommend to use it because it is like a putty product. This color here, I got it in RD04. At first when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't used red color the longest time. But when I put it on my lips, it is such a gorgeous like brownish red shade. I love it. And not only that, I love the smoothness of it. I can see why it went so viral because it straight away gives you like a very nice blur finish. It's so comfortable on the lips. It has a bit of that like oily feeling to it, but it's a nice moussey feeling as well. So it doesn't feel uncomfortable. It doesn't show any of my dry flakes. My lips has been really dry. I love it. So I would say 10 out of 10. Last but not least, to set everything on my face, this is my good old Judydoll moisturizing setting spray. I cannot rave this enough. I also have like a second one stock up because this, not only is it big, it just won't go down. Like honestly, it won't go down. It is long lasting, it is moisturizing, it is perfect for you to just literally spray to hydrate yourself because it's moisturizing. It doesn't affect your skin at all. Like it doesn't affect your makeup at all, no matter how many times you use this. Honestly love it. Can even use this for the summer just to like, you know, cool myself up. But the best thing about this again is just it does set your makeup and it gives you like a really beautiful like misty finish. Look at that. It's very fine, which is great. So did I say 10 out of 10? Did I rate it? I can't remember, but 10 out of 10. That was a really long video. I'm so sorry guys, but I hope you guys enjoyed this rating. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to know what's in your everyday use right now and what you would recommend, and whether you guys have tried any of the products I've mentioned. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys.